you should have just finished your notes for lesson 3. And now we're going to do some whiteboard practice. So you need your whiteboards out, your markers, your erasers. And I'll put these problems up here one at a time. And you need to pause after each one, solve it, and then we'll check to see if you are right. So here is your first problem. I want you to solve 300 times 60. So press pause, press play when you are done. All right, you can do the 3 times the 6. And we get 18, and we see there are 1, 2, 3 zeros. We put in our commas, and you should have 18,000 for that one. All right, erase. Next, 27 times 100. Go ahead and press pause, press play when you have it. All right, 27 times 1 is 27, and I see 2 zeros, so 2,700 is what you should have. All right, erase. Next. 500 times 4,000. Press pause, press play when you're ready. All right, 5 times 4 is 20, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. And we put in our comma 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we get 2 million. This is one of those where it looks like you have an extra 0 because there's only 5 here, but there's 6 here. But remember, when you have an even number of 5s, that makes 10. And every time you have a 10, that means an extra 0 there. All right, next. I want you to use an exponent to write the repeated multiplication and then evaluate. So this means I want you to rewrite it. Wherever you see that 10 being repeatedly multiplied, I want you to write it as an exponent. Then I want you to tell me what it equals. Okay, so here's your first one, 8 times 10 times 10 times 10. So press pause, press play when you're ready. Okay, so I would rewrite this as 8 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, third power. And that gives us, I do 8 times 1 is 8, and this 3 means 3 zeros. So that would be 8,000, which is right because 10 to the third power is 1,000, right? 10 times 10 times 10. All right, here's your next one. 21 times 10 times 10. Go ahead and rewrite that like this, and then solve it. Press pause, press play when you are ready. All right, so 21 times 10 to the second power, or 10 squared, and that is equal to 21 times 1 is 21, and that exponent tells me I need 2 zeros, so 2,100. Right, next, I have 40 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Press pause, press play when you're set. All right, so this 40 is not repeatedly multiplied, so I'm just going to write 40 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, fourth power because there are 4 tenths. And what does that equal? Well, 40 times 1 is 40, and then there are 4 zeros after that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we put in our commas, we see we have 400,000. You might be thinking, well, wait a minute. This says only 4 zeros, but I see 5. There's a 0 here. You could have also done 4 times 1 is 4, included that 0, and the rest of the 4. All right, next, I want you to evaluate each, and it says using mental math. All that means is I don't want you to write out 7 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 and like work that through. I want you to use the strategies we just learned about in lesson 3. So if you're not sure what that strategy is, then you can watch me do this one and you can do the rest of them. Otherwise, press pause and let's give it a go. So we're solving this. All right, 7 times 10 to the 6th power. I can do 7 times 1, which is 7. And this 6 means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, giving me an answer of 7 million. All right, next. 36 times 10 to the 4th, same thing. I want you to evaluate this. I want you to solve it. Press play when you're ready. Okay, 36 times the 1 is 36, and this 4 tells me I need 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros after the 36, and we get 360,000. We're not done. There's plenty more. All right, erase your boards. Same thing, I want you to evaluate this. Please tell me what this is equal to. Press play when you are ready. So 168 times 1 is 168, And this 3 tells me I will have 1, 2, 3 zeros after it, so 168,000. Erase. Next. Evaluate this. There are some parentheses. It doesn't change too much. Just remember to solve what's inside the parentheses first. So, press play when you're ready. 4 times 8, that's 32. And 32 times 1 is 32. And I need 2 zeros after that because that's what that says. So 3,200 is what you should have. Next, so erase that one. 5 times 6 times 10 to the 5th power. Or I would say the quantity of 5 times 6 times 10 to the 5th power. Go ahead and press pause, press play when you're done. Well, 5 times 6 is 30. And I learned I can take 30 times the 1 in that power of 10. And that's 30. And then after that 30, I should have 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when we put our commas in, we got 3 million. And I know you might be thinking, well, why are there 6 zeros, but this is only a 5? It's because 5 times 6 is 30. So there is an extra 0 right there. Okay, now this is a little different. So I think I'm going to do the first one with you. And then after that, you can use your whiteboards. I'm going to ask you to compare some exponential expressions using greater than, less than, or equal to. So take a look at this first one. And you don't have to press pause right now. You can watch me work through this. But I have 2 times 10 to the 4th and 2 times 10 to the 6th, right? So these look similar, except this has 4 zeros after it, and this will have 6 zeros after it. So what would be more? A 2 with 4 zeros after it, or a 2 with 6 zeros after it? Yeah, this is pushing that 2 6 places over. This one would be greater without having to actually solve that out because we know our place value. If you're like, I don't get it, well, if you solve this out, 2 times 1 is 2, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, which would give me 20,000. And this one, 2 times 1 is 2, but I'd have 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you put in your commas, you have 2 million. So the greater the number of zeros after that 2, the higher it's going to push the 2 place value-wise. This 2 is in the millions place. This one's only in the 10,000s place. And 2 million is greater than 20,000. Okay, try this next one. 5 times 10 to the 9th, 5 times 10 to the 4th. Which would be greater? Okay, hopefully you're ready. This, I know it's 5 times 1, 5 times 1, these same digits. Okay, it's going to start with a 5, but this is going to be a 5 with 9 zeros after it. And this is going to be a 5 with 4 zeros after it. The 5 with 9 zeros after it would be greater without having to actually solve that. And if you did need to solve it, if you wanted to write those out in order to see the greater than less than, you can totally do that. That's fine. All right, we've got like 3 of these left. Okay, here I have 7 times 10 to the 4th and 4 times 10 to the 6th. So if you need to write this out, you can. Otherwise, kind of visualize what place that 7 would be in and what place that 4 would be in. Press play when you're ready. Okay, with this one, this 4 times 10 to the 6th is actually greater. And here's why. For this one, 7 times 1 is 7. This would have 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, which gives me 70,000. This one, 4 times 1 is 4, and I would have 6 zeros after that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you put in your commas, we see that we're comparing 70,000 with 4 million. So 4 million is more than 70,000 because that 4 is in the millions place. And the millions place is a lot higher than the 10,000s place. All right, try another one. I have 6 times 10 to the 6th or 7 times 10 to the 5th. Press pause and press play when you're ready. I need a little sip of tea. Okay, are you ready? Moment of truth. Even though this digit is lower than this digit, this expression is greater than that one. Why? Because this 6 is going to be bumped one more place to the left than that 7. And if you don't believe me, I will prove it. 6 times 1 is 6. There will be 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here we have 6 million. And this one I have 7 times 10 to the 5th. 7 times 1 is 7. I'm going to have 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I only have 700,000. What's more, 6 million or 700,000? Yes, 6 million. All right, here's your last one. 10 times 10 to the second power or 10 to the third power. Which one is more? Press play when you're ready. See if I tricked you or not. The answer is they are equal. 10 to the third power is a 1 with 3 zeros, right? This means 10 times 10 times 10. And if you think about it, doesn't this mean 10 times 10 times 10? This is say there's one 10 here and there's another 2 here. If you don't believe me, you can do 10 times 1 is 10 and then put the 2 zeros after that. And now we see, oh yeah, it is 1,000. But this means 10 times 10 times 10. This is a 10 times, this 10 squared means there's 2 of them. So those both mean the same exact thing. All right, you're ready for some practice now. I miss you guys. Hope to see you soon.